Hello kids! Do you see how busy every day is in the city? City life is surely fast and hectic. Tall buildings here and there, and people are all rushing to do their jobs. But do you know what is one of the biggest disasters a city can face? Earthquakes. I heard teacher's class is going to a field trip today to learn about how to be safe in times of earthquakes. Oh, it's time. Let's go.
I think that you're thinking that this place is not special at all. Well, but you'll be surprised to know that in this place, how common things are arranged in a way that will help us to be safe when earthquakes happen. But before that, I will explain to you things about earthquakes, because some of you might not have experienced earthquake yet. Earthquake is shaking of the ground. Here, as you can see in the monitor, Bangladesh is divided into 3 areas of vulnerability in earthquake. When we say vulnerable, it means that area is weak against earthquake or it has a greater danger in earthquakes. Here you can see that the southwest part of Bangladesh is colored green, which means it is zone 3 or a minor vulnerable area because this area is seismically quiet. Then we have central part of Bangladesh where Dhaka is yellow. This means it is zone 2 or moderately vulnerable area. The northern and eastern part of Bangladesh is zone 1 and is colored red, which means it is a zone of high seismic risk. Most of the earthquakes happen in and near this area because it is near the 2 fault lines, which are Dauki and Myanmar faults.
Teacher, what is a fault? And why do earthquakes usually happen near the faults?
Well, to better understand what is a fault, let's learn about the Earth's plate tectonics first. The Earth's outer surface is composed of plates like a shell of an egg. They are like large pieces of ground that fit together. So, to answer Sheila's question on what is a fault is an area where the plates meet. Along fault line, there are different kind of forces being accumulated because plates are constantly moving. These plates can move each other up to 10 centimeters every year. Sometimes faults slip each other because accumulated force is released. Just like my hand, here. When I press them on each other and they suddenly slip, they move with strong force. Just like that, when the plates slip, they release very strong force that trembles and shakes our ground. We call this shaking and trembling of the ground an earthquake. The ground waves of earthquake can be very devastating and they can also break buildings and roads. We actually have an earthquake scale to measure how strong an earthquake is. Here, this is a Richter magnitude scale. As you can see here, this device is called a seismometer, which measures the intensity of earthquakes. In Bangladesh Meteorological Department is using these equipments to monitor earthquakes in and around our country, and then Richter scale is used to measure the intensity. If the earthquake is less than 3, it is called a very minor earthquake. The scale goes up to 3, minor, 4 is light, 5 moderate, 6 strong, 7 major, 8 or higher great. Our country has suffered from earthquakes of various strengths. During the last 150 years, 7 major or greater earthquakes have affected our country.
Oh no, what will happen to us when a very strong earthquake will occur? Where should we hide?
Unfortunately, we cannot predict when the next earthquake will occur. But if earthquake happens, the first thing you need to do is to stay calm. When you have a calm mind, you will know how to protect yourself properly. Second is to cover your head with your hands. Third is to move somewhere secure like under a table. Last, you must not use lift in times of earthquake. Do not rush out of the building during shaking, because in the past, many people have been injured when they try to do that.
I think I'll move to the coastal area in Zone 3 and live in a hut. I won't live in a building. That's much safer.
Not really, Badal. The huts in the coastal area have their own earthquake danger. Even if you move to the coastal areas, you still be affected by tsunami caused by earthquake.
What is a tsunami?
Tsunami is large ocean waves caused by earthquakes under the sea surface ground. These waves are much bigger and destructive than the ordinary waves. When this earthquake happens, giant waves are created that can be very dangerous because it can wipe out an entire town.
How does this happen, teacher?
Look at this illustration. Look, you will see how tsunami is being created by underwater earthquakes. As you can see, the plates' movement under the sea can create giant waves. These waves are very different than regular ocean waves, since it is almost like a wall of water. And that wave increases in height even more when it reaches the shore, because the ocean is shallow there.
How can we be safe if tsunami strikes?
Usually we get a short time in hand before tsunami waves hit the shore after earthquake. Then tsunami warning is issued. When you hear the warning, immediately go to a higher ground and stay tuned to the news sources. Anyway, if earthquake ever happens, remember the things you have learned today. Okay?
Ah!
Timul, we're very sorry that something like this happened to you. Anyway, I hope you'll get well very soon. See you at school, okay?
I'm sorry that I didn't pay any attention to the things about earthquakes. If I had listened, then these things would not have happened to me. And I could have told my parents on how to make our house safer.
Things happen, Timul. You will try to be better next time. We hope to see you in school soon.
Kids, you learned a lot of things today. Remember, when earthquakes happen, first, we need to be calm. Secondly, we should cover our heads with our hands. Then, we should hide under some kind of strong furniture. Okay, kids. Goodbye. Have a nice learning day.